stop us from doing what we do. All right, I am your host for this evening, Ge Holla, and this show is called My Celebrity Life. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we are streaming live throughout all of the lands and the nations to different people. And let's build a little bit more so we can get a more understanding of what's going on right now, this afternoon, this evening. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry, make sure I get the stream back on. Okay. Are you all familiar about the story dealing with Haiti?
No, we're not. Are you?
I'm
not.
There's only really two nations per se who have beat the European oppressors. When you look at the Haiti Revolution, it's going to really blow your mind. The small island of Haiti was actually battling against the British Navy. And if you know anything about history, even a little bit, the British and the French navies was like the most feared throughout that part of the world because they rarely lost. They conquered a whole lot of people on the waters and the seas per se. But the little small island of Haiti was able to defeat them not only by physical might, but also by spiritual might. And I know a lot of times because, we are westernized in Christianity and we feel like calling upon any other spirits other than the one that we name of God and Yahweh and Jesus is considered, blasphemy or considered like some type of atheist understanding. But those same very ancestors, which are our people, the Haitians, called upon them, not in the term of voodoo, but it's Vaughn, where it's more of a natural power that all of us are connected to. Whether you call yourself a prophet and a seer and a priestess, it's really all one and the same thing. And I know a lot of people want to separate those things. They want to say, oh, no, I don't do that because that contradicts my religion. But when you look it up, you will see these Haitians, they called upon their ancestors and these spirits. And if you've ever seen the movie, for example, Lord of the Ring or Candyman, that's what it borderlines on. They called upon someone to come fight on their behest, to whereas it ran the most powerful navy in history up off the land, and they never came back.
Wow.
Even to this day, if you notice, no one has colonized Haiti. They may have colonized their minds now, but physical opposition, they never owned them. They were so scared. That's why they outlawed voodoo or voodoo on the island of Haiti. They try to call it evil, but really they was using their protective powers. Because like you just said a moment ago, one man's domestic terrorist is another man's hero. One man or woman's spiritual guides are demons or they're angels. It just depends upon where your thought process falls upon. What do you all think about that?
Okay. I mean, we're not really deep in religion,
I mean, I believe in God.
We do believe in God.
I grew up in the church, but I mean, we pray and all that, but at the same time, it's like
as far as like demonized and stuff, things, we weren't taught to believe in things like that, We were only taught, as far as, there is a man above, which is God. We are all equal, which we're not, as we see. So, it's more to us as a racial thing that's going on with us.
Yeah, because I feel like, man, if we get into that, that's a whole other topic, because I feel like I shouldn't have to pay nobody to give me the word. You feel me? I mean, I can pray, I can read the Bible, I feel like I don't have to, I mean, that's a different topic. I don't want to get into that. I believe in God though, so I don't want to say that I don't.
No, I respect that. I'm just testing, checking the engine, see where you all was at.
No worries.
I respect that. I respect all, all forms.
Yeah, I grew up in the church. I'm from the South, so that's all you had to do is go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays and barbecue on the weekend.
In the church steeple, you're right. During the civil rights era, it participated in some heavy work as well. It helped a lot of people out. Churches being sovereign, where there was a place to refuge for people to go and talk about what their next boycott was going to be, or how they were going to fight against injustices. So it has its place too. I agree.
Right. If you don't mind me asking, what is your opinion on it? So maybe we'll get a different outcome of this, and gain some knowledge from it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll make it short because I know the stories about you all. I feel as though can we agree that God is the great creator?
Absolutely.
Correct. Everything. Because there's even a part in the Bible where it says God is saying, I got to get the verse. He said, I have created evil. And this is God talking. This is not the devil. This is God says, I have created evil. So it makes me think, if God is a great spirit, a great energy, because we know everything that you do is energy, from your thoughts, when your synapses are firing to make your fingers wiggle. It's that you can be measured through energy.
Right.
If God is this great energy, and then it says also in the book, according to Jesus, is it not written in ye law, for ye are gods, all the children of the Most High? I feel as though if God created us, everything was created by him for a purpose, to further our development and help. Now, some people may not like calling them spirits. They may like calling them angels. Well, that could still be one and the same thing. Angels can come and fight for the good in you, and fight for the liberation of you too, that now people may possibly call evil. Because doesn't it also say God will fight your battles?
Correct.
So that means God is not coming politely. He's coming with, in my mind, a hammer or a mace like Thor, and he's knocking your enemies back. Like, don't, I got it. Like your big brother, like, you back up, stay right there. Let me handle your haters. Let me handle the people that's trying to handle you.
Right.
So, in my opinion, that's just how I see it.
Okay.
God gives us a lot of avenues to protect ourselves, not to use those things to just go harming people randomly and without, just cause. I think those things will fall back on you, because like when it talks about prayer, it says that basically, like, if your mind is not in the right place, when you pray, it'll come back up and hit you in the head, because you're on the wrong frequency. You're using the wrong energy. So.
I can say that God was with us that day on February 5th. He was definitely with us, because, I went with my instincts and something was telling me, and I believe that was God telling me, call your husband, your protector, because who knows what that outcome may have been. So God is very strong.
That's right. Now, speaking of that incident, I was warming the people up so we can get ready to speak about that as well. I know you all did, you talked about it on the news, but we're going to be a little bit more candid. If you all want to or not, that's fine. Can you all walk me through what happened that day?
Definitely. So on February 5th, the What You Cooking Food Truck Corporation, we had a meeting with Tom Toot at the Chef Share Kitchen. He wanted to discuss reasons of departure. Okay. He gave us a 30-day notice after we signed up in mid-December, but we didn't start until mid-January, and we only used their kitchen 4 times. So after all that, he wanted us to leave. Okay. And, this is a commissary kitchen, if no one's familiar with, Chef Share Kitchen. And basically what we do is we store all our inventory there, and I prep for, our upcoming events so we can get our food truck ready. Once, my husband, he couldn't make the meeting because our truck was being serviced. So I attended the meeting by myself. When I got to the meeting, Tom, he had me waiting. And then when he finally came and sat down, from the jump, he was very just angry. You can feel his whole spirit. He was just angry. And he sat down. He had an All Lives Matter shirt. He began yelling at me, calling me racist, and, telling me how he can sit here all day and tell me how shitty our business is, and how we're contaminating their kitchen, but he couldn't, give me reasons. He had like a list, and he was just going down a list of all these reasons of why we cannot rent in their kitchen, but it wasn't adding up, because when we first came to the kitchen, we were told that we can have, they had like storage units. They had a storage unit for the refrigerators, and they had a storage unit for the freezers. And in those units, there were extra shelves. So if you don't have enough space in your refrigerator or freezer, you can use the shelves. And, at the meeting, he said that, we're not allowed to use the shelves, but when we first initially signed up, we were told to use them. So a lot of things weren't just adding up. And, once he slammed that All Lives Matter shirt and was yelling at me, I felt very uncomfortable. So I texted my husband. My instinct said, text him, tell him to join the meeting. I told Tom, I said, you're being very unprofessional, and I think you should take some anger management classes. And right now I want us to, stop this meeting, because I'm feeling uncomfortable. And, let me not forget, at one point I asked him, can we go outside? And he told me, no, I cleared the kitchen, because there was other tenants there that rent, that own their food trucks, and they were prepping at the time. And when the meeting first started, they were like right there by us, but at some point they moved, and later to find out he cleared that kitchen, so what was your intentions? So once I told my husband, I texted him, he rushed down there. Once he gets there, go ahead, but.
So once, my bad, I was eating.
Okay. That's okay.
Once I get there, I walk in, I'm like, let me try to change his mood. So, I joke, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bud? And he looked at me, he like, he keep moving. So I go where my wife was, where they was meeting. And she explained it to me, what he's saying, and, blase this, blase that. So I'm like, okay, where you at? Because I still got the mechanic working on a food truck. I'm like, let's just finish the meeting. Let's just do the 30 days and stay, and, get up out of here, and we'll find another kitchen. 30 days give us enough time to find another kitchen. So anyway, long story short, he come in the meeting.
No, we were looking for him.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. We were looking for him. We ended up going looking for him. We couldn't find him. We're like, where you go, boom. Anyway, we come back. I'm like, okay, he taking too long. I gotta get back to this truck. The guy calling me. So anyway, long story short, my wife texts him. I told my wife, like, call him. So she texts him or not. And he said, answer. Yeah, he doesn't answer. And he said that when he popped up, he said, oh, I saw your call. I didn't want to answer, so I just decided to show up. So boom, he come over.
And I say, Tom, can you please explain to my husband all these reasons of why you no longer want us in the kitchen? And he says, to keep a long story short, we just don't want you here. We have bigger companies who pay us more money. But, in that same sentence, he told us that we have too much inventory. So he contradicted himself, because he's saying that, but at the same time, you're telling us that we have too much inventory, but you have bigger companies. So it just, nothing he was saying was adding up,
So anyway, long story short, he was like, he said, I'm trying to get this right. So she was like, fill my husband in. He was like, you know what, we don't want to do, basically, he want to end business with us. So
you told him that was fine.
Anyway, I was like, that's fine. So I was like, you had it out. Basically, when I was doing a hairdresser in the video, I told him he had it out with us, since day one, because me and him prior, we had a conversation prior to that for the first time, and that was the Saturday before that. And he was already rude, aggressive, for no reason. And I'm like, I told him, like, he was rude and aggressive for no reason. I'm like, that was our first time speaking, and he just took a deep breath and just pulled his gun out. I'm like, whoa. So, if you see me in the video reaching, when I was reaching for my hand, I'm like, please don't shoot us. Like, why are you pulling the gun out? At the same time, I was sleeping up.
You know what? You a smart man. Because some brothers that would call him.
Yeah, but if you run, it's like he gonna hit me in my back, and then he gonna kill my wife, and then our kid's gonna be parent. He might as well just go ahead. You gonna have to look me in my eyes when you do this. So.
Well, let me ask you all some questions. Like, based upon what you're telling me, I already know you can't tell another race of people what, because they love to play these games of words where like, well, now you got to prove that someone's racist. You got to prove that someone doesn't like you because of your skin color. Like, we know the difference.
Since it hit the news,
that's what they do.
Like three people came out, and they said that he was basically they experienced the same thing, and they was minorities. So he has a problem with people of color.
They have a problem. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry. I cut you off. No, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
No, I was just saying they, because it's also, he has a partner as well, who is the owner. So it's just not him. It's they. It's both of them. They have a history of doing this to people, and ours just happened to be on camera.
So if I may ask a few questions just to get a better understanding, because I believe you. I already know I experienced things like that too. When it came to initially making a payment, how was that process? Is it like a website you can go on and pay first and then meet them?
So it basically Intuit is you pay through your account and route number. So
they send an invoice.
And they send an invoice monthly, so we got to pay it regardless with our account and route number. And they sent us our they knew they was in the wrong. They breached our contract. They kicked us out. They kicked us out without without the proper 30-day notice. So
okay. So when you my question is, when you initially paid, did they ever see you at all? Did you ever have face-to-face contact with them initially when you made your first payment, when you set it up?
I didn't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear you. Cut out when you said.
That's okay. Did you actually meet with them when or before you made your first payment, or was that done like all online?
It was all at once.
All in person.
Okay, so when you all were paying initially, did you get any vibes of that starting off?
So
he did.
So look, the wife, the owner, she was talking. I'm listening. She telling everybody business. She like, oh, the Wetto Pretzel lady, she smokes da da da. I'm like, okay, she like this person da da da.
She was just gossiping.
She's gossiping. So, I after we signed the papers, I was like, damn. This was after. Now take it back. This was after we signed the papers. She was just being extra, trying to be friendly and
start just
start a conversation. So after we leave the meeting, after we leave her, I say, yo, watch what you tell her because she talks too much, because this is day one after we sign the papers. I say, watch what you tell her. She talks too much. I said, we come here to do our job, and then we end up seeing her husband. The first thing I noticed when I looked at him was he has a Nazi.
Did you freeze? Yep. I think we froze y'all. So thank you all. Just pardon just one moment. They should be back. Some odd reason. We have crazy internet problems. Yep. All right, it dropped again. Thank you all for being patient and being a part of the show. They should be tapping back in just momentarily with us too as well. Thank you so much for following us, and please make sure you watch all the adventures of the show, My Celebrity Life with GeHolla. You're gonna find a lot of cool guests on here like we have today. We're talking knowledge, talking wisdom, and we're talking pop culture, just talking all things that are beneficial for the culture right now. And right now is a very, very, very good interview. We're talking about racism in America, prejudice in America, and it's important to have an understanding of what people before you go through. So when you get to those things, you'll know exactly what to do and how to try to hopefully how to handle yourself that will work for the betterment of you. And all times you can prepare for many things, but it doesn't mean that all your preparations will come true. So I think for those of you who are out there, because we like to be on our phones consistently and constantly, we should always be cautious of our own surroundings. And right now, what we're going to do until the couple gets back on, we're going to actually watch what went down with them, where he had to disarm a Caucasian gentleman from possibly doing some definitely harm, bodily harm to him and his wife. So that's something that you really want to check out. So I'm just getting it ready right now, so pardon me. All right, there we go. Let's check this out, y'all.
Carolina Basement Solutions, founded on trust,
Okay.
reliability, and
I gotta get past the ad, so let me talk a little bit louder because I don't want I don't want to be charged with anything playing somebody else's copyrighted information. So we'll be started in just 1 second. Let's go.
Understand why Mesa PD was guns up 7 deep in this kitchen? You have to understand why these two were there.
We are food truck owners.
Brittany and Solomon own What You Cookin' food truck.
We just sell comfort food, soul food.
Last month, they were renting space at Chef's Shared Kitchen in Mesa to prep their food.
He told us we were contaminating their whole kitchen.
He is Tom Toot. His attorney tells me Toot is a disabled veteran and life partner of the owner, not an employee. But in texts and paperwork, Toot says he's in charge of scheduling and operations.
He wanted to discuss reasons of departure.
So the couple agreed to meet, and things got tense.
Okay, cool. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate no disrespect towards me or my wife.
He was just like, and then he just reached for his gun.
Solomon,
I went on my instincts.
jumped on it.
So he tried to squeeze the trigger through a shirt on my chest. I didn't come there to get killed.
For roughly 11 minutes, the father kept his hand on the gun while his wife talked with police.
And I kept on pleading on the 911 call, like, my husband is not the suspect. He's African-American. He does have, he's fighting with the guy with the gun, and his hand is on the weapon. But please, whatever you do, do not shoot him.
Mesa officers did it, but they did tase Toot and grab his gun.
You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any victim contact.
Toot now facing aggravated assault charges, while Solomon and Brittany are hugging their kids a bit tighter and looking for a new prep kitchen. Zach Crenshaw, ABC 15, Arizona.
Wow, that is insane. We're gonna watch that one more time for the people that may have just tuned in, tapped in, linked in with us. The article says,
the Wake Forest Baptist Health Minute Monday.
Sorry about that. Dad disarms man out the gun is pulled during a business meeting. Solomon and Brittany. Let's see. Let's go back here. Let's read some of this article. According to the news, police in Mesa, Arizona are investigating after a father had lunged to stop a gun from being pulled on his wife and himself during a business meeting. The chaotic scene was caught on camera. Chef Shared Kitchen in Mesa. Okay, we just watched the video. We'll watch it again for those who missed it. Tom Toot, who is a life partner of the owner. Oh, he's a life partner of the owner. Okay. But not an employee, was having an exit interview with Solomon and his wife, Brittany. Toot told them he handled the scheduling and operations for the kitchen. Let's talk about that for a moment, just briefly, people. People say white privilege, but I say white insanity. Just because you may have invested in it, and he may have fixed some plumbing around the places, but you do not represent the business. If your title is anything other than owner, investor, why are you, who allowed, I know this is his life partner, but who allowed for him to come and give an exit? If you had a problem with these people, you shouldn't have been the one that came. Like, I don't get this. Then you show up with a gun. I mean, we are entitled to carry weapons in America when you have your license concealed and all those different type of things. But If you're that scared, you need to stay at home. You need to stay inside. They could have FaceTimed them for this. You didn't have to meet the people at the business. They have DocuSigns now, Rocket Lawyer, all these different things where you can actually literally go in and e-signature something if you are that offended or afraid of these people. They were being forced from the prep kitchen after being given a 30-day notice. Wow. Okay. So you're just doing what you want to do here. He told ABC 15 the couple operates a food truck called What You Cooking. So this is what I need for all the melanated people out there and the supporters of melanated people as well. If you say you're not racist or prejudiced or sexist or anything like that, look up What You Cooking, visit them, buy something. Even if you buy one thing, show these racists and these super predator, prejudiced people that you're not going to put anyone out of business just because if you don't like the the color of their skin or the way they speak or carry themselves. Definitely do that. Everyone right here, What You Cooking? I'm going to blow it up for you. Find them. WHACHA, all one word, COOKIN, What You're Cooking. Visit their platform on social media. Put it in Google, put it in Bing, any search engine, and find these two right here and support them. Buy at least one item, whether it be something to drink, something to eat, something to snack on. Just buy one thing from them. Let these racists know. And let's try to do this within 30 days plus. Let these racists and these prejudiced people know you cannot just kick people out because of how you feel without any legitimate reasoning. Right there, y'all. What You Cooking? Tap in, link in with them. Buy one thing. Even if you don't eat it, buy it and give it away to someone else. Let's do that. Let's learn how to support each other and one another. This is insane. Okay, let's get back more to the story. Condense it down here. All right. They were being forced from the prep kitchen after being given 30 days notice. They told ABC the couple operates a food truck called What You Cooking. Don't forget that name, What You Cooking. Let's blow that up. We blow up everything else. During the meeting with Toot, the conversation became tense. It's not currently known and what was being said during the conversation. He told us contaminating their whole kitchen, Myers said. Now, this is the man that brought a gun to a business meeting. You, sir, are contaminating your own business with your ignorance and your paranoia and your craziness. This just doesn't make sense. Oh, and yeah, T, if you're watching, they did get kicked out. I was waiting for them to pop back in. I don't know if their phone died or not. So, definitely shout out to one of the greatest publicists in the world. I know I'm going to tear her name up, so I'm just going to call her T, but I'll put that information in later, Okay, yeah, please have them call back in. Ladies and gentlemen, the couple will be calling back in momentarily so we can get more of their story. I'm just covering just parts of it for those who aren't familiar with the story. During their meeting with Toot, the conversation became tense, and it's not currently known what is being said during this conversation. Now, I'm no lip reader. I'm no professional body decipher code breaker, but we all know of a certain melanin hue when, unfortunately, our white brothers and sisters on this planet, when you all start behaving in a certain way, it's almost like when a child is acting up and being temperamental. You can say, well, you can't prove it. And you can say, that's crazy. How do you know? There's things that you just know. Like a mother and a father, a good mother and good father, they know their children. They know when they're being disrespectful, when they're being intimidated or trying to intimidate someone. A good parent, you don't have to really try to prove that child was doing something. They just know. They're very attentive. All right, let's go. He told us we were contaminating their whole kitchen. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, yeah, there's COVID-19. There is a global pandemic that's happening right now. How are you contaminating it? Is it because of the foods that we use have seasoning in it and you've never smelt it before? and maybe it's doing something to your low vibrational body that you probably possibly need. You know, what are they doing? How are they contaminating? This is a good narrative right here. Don't just let somebody feed you something because of what they feel. Prove what you're saying. Validate what you're saying. Authenticate what you're saying. You know, show and prove. What they say, show and prove, show and tell. How are these people contaminating your kitchen? Okay. So the brother said, I was like, cool. I'm not going to tolerate no disrespect towards me and my wife. Now, come on. Solomon is right. Let's be honest. What grown man, I don't care about no titles, no alpha, no betas, no gammas, whatever. What grown man is going to let another man sit right there and disrespect his wife? Someone that he took a vow and an oath to protect, to death do us part. I'm pretty sure many of us have heard that pretty much as an oath. You've heard that oath being taken. You heard that agreement, that love binding contract. A man is going to protect his wife when especially he feels that she's being disrespected by another man. See nothing wrong there. Then he reached for his gun. So the one that is being the aggressor, the big mouth, the big talk, you reaching for your weapon when you're disrespecting someone else. Now, I don't see no type of white superiority or white privilege right there. I see an insufferable little child reaching for something to protect his scary behind because you have this great young man standing in front of you that you know you cannot take with your words, with your spirit, with your fist. So you have to go to something that's almost ensuring your victory. That's definitely not white superiority. That's white inferiority. You know, that's just insane. That's the best you have. You have to pull a weapon on someone because you can't beat them verbally. I don't know how you handle your wife, sir, because all women on the planet got a lot of talk back in them. Would you pull your gun on your wife too? You pull your gun on your mailman because he didn't deliver your mail? I mean, this is crazy. But see, you all are cowards. You pull guns on us because you know when the police arrive, a lot of times those things are going to end up in your favor. But what if those things were not in your favor? What if you were held accountable for your actions, just like these victims are being held accountable for their actions? Whether George Floyd had a fake dollar bill, whether Mike Brown stole from the store, whether Trayvon Martin didn't want to stop and talk to a stranger, it does not warrant a person's death. It does not warrant for you to pull out your gun, your service revolver, or whatever, your service weapon, and unload the clip and reload and unload the clip, or shoot from a window. When someone's children is in the back seat, when they told you they had a weapon, or to chase a man down the street while he's just jogging because someone is said as a rumor throughout their neighborhood that someone is breaking into houses. And these are different cases where other Black men and melanated people have been gunned down with the clip unloaded because of this false narrative of white privilege and white superiority. No, I'm so sorry. You all are inferior. You can watch other police officers around the world. Not only do they disarm people without pulling out their weapon, the people are still alive to tell the tale. You can't take a punch. I just don't understand. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to call back in. See, I haven't seen them yet. So, yeah, we're just waiting right now as we discuss this case. And this is just insane. I don't know why these people are doing this. So, but I thank you all for tuning in. But if you all can, just for one moment, I'm going to put everyone on hold and see if we can get them back on just briefly for this moment. So, thank you all for being a part of the show. Absolutely too cool. All right, we'll be back and give us just a moment. Okay, I had to make sure we got them back on the line. But let's go back into this story, if we may. And for those of you who have possibly missed it, I want you all to check this out again and tell me what you think. Put it in the comments. You know, you are allowed to express yourself. Just be careful because YouTube, they will remove certain comments from certain words and things of that nature. So, but you're allowed to express yourself. Oh, here they go. Oh, here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after watching that video of Mr. Solomon, man, I tell you, it's a brave
Sorry
young
about
man.
that. I don't know what happened.
That's okay, you know, ain't nothing but the devil, but we still gonna
You
win.
feel me?
You know what I'm saying? They ain't stopped nothing. You know, matter of fact, I was able to show you all's news clip too as well. So okay, they're coming back. They certainly are. If you all can, because you're gonna be like, can you turn? Are you able to turn the camera? Because it got you like this. Yeah, there we go. Back to the king and the queen on the line right now, man. You know, Solomon and Brittany. So we just watched. I rewatched again your video with the news, and wow, man, I just want to tell you, man, you are a real hero, not just to your family, to yourself, and to your culture. You stood up when it was time to do something, and you had no excuses whatsoever. You put your life on the line for your family. Man, that makes you one of the greatest. You should really get a medal of honor for me, to be honest with you. If I had a medal of honor to give you, matter of fact, we might do that. I need to hit up some people because your children need to understand what kind of caliber of a man that their father is and was long after you know, hopefully distant in the future, many, many years after you transition and leave from here, because your story is all inspiring, man. You stood up. That's just, it gives me chills just thinking about it. What would we do? You know what I'm saying? If we were put in that situation. And you're right. Sometimes people try to say, oh, try to be the bigger person and walk away. You can't walk away from somebody with no gun. Where you gonna go?
So if it was a walk away situation, he wouldn't. If he felt any type of threat towards or from me, he could have left and called the police and had us escorted out. You know, so he had intentions on doing harm from the jump. You know, because first of all, who brings the All Lives Matter shirt to a meeting saying that my wife wore this yesterday when you guys were texting us, right? Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be a meeting for departure. Where did this come about? We never called you guys racist. We never said anything about a race, you know? So.
No, you're right. I would like to add too, build on to what you're saying. You're absolutely right. You already came with this narrative of what you think that you feel about Black Lives Matter. That's the only reason why they wear the shirt, because they hear that context of Black Lives Matter. And they was like, oh, look, let me show these Negroes something. Let me put on all lives matter. You're not going to be doing none of that rioting around here, buddy. You know, and you can tell, because that's what you're right. You came with that energy. Then you're so scary. You have to put a weapon, because you can't fight a man verbally. You can't fight a man physically. You can't fight a man mentally. So you got to grab something to your advantage to win.
It was never an altercation as to lead to anything physical. Right. It was never a threat. It was never
nothing got out of order. So that's why we were not understanding where did that gun come
unexpected. From. You know, if you pay attention to the video, I have flip-flops on. I have short pants on and a white t-shirt. I didn't have any weapon in my pockets. My shorts would have failed, you know?
Not only that, my head was down while he was attempting to pull out the gun. So like if they were arguing or they were being aggressive, I would have been more alert and I would have been paying attention to the conversation. My head was down, so it caught me off guard, you know? This was very meditated, and he had intentions
felt like he has,
to kill.
You know, yeah, correct.
He had intentions. His eyes was closed the whole time my husband was talking. He was going like this.
His place of business.
The whole time.
No camera audio.
Mm-hmm.
Dead people can't speak.
And we know
he told him he felt threatened by my size. How is that possible?
How much do you weigh? Because I don't want to put your weight out there. How much do you weigh, really?
92 pounds.
Wow. No disrespect towards you. No disrespect. No disrespect.
170. No, like it ain't even, man. I'm cool. I don't come off at people as aggressive. People tell me I joke too much. I play too much. No. You got to cry from laughing. Okay? In life, we know this. Life is hard for us. You got to cry from laughing. You got to joke your way through instead of choking your way through because you're going to be in jail. So, you got to be humble.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
How can you feel threatened by someone you haven't even had a conversation with? You know, how can you already put that negative mind frame in your head saying, oh, I'm about to have an altercation with this man. He's bigger than me. You know, he clearly came in the building and spoke to you and you ignored him. You already had it in your mind. You had your mind made up at that point. You were already fed up.
Since you felt so threatened by me, you pulled a whole gun, right? If I was any type of aggressive, I would have killed you. I would have beat you up.
Right. If we were the aggressors.
If we was aggressors, right?
Right.
No, I didn't do that. I'm trying to show change. Everybody ain't like that. You feel me? Everybody ain't what you paint us out to be.
And we didn't go there for that.
And I ain't go there for that. It's a whole business. It's our business. It's our name. This is our foundation. This is our kids' foundation. You feel me?
That's right. I agree.
It's about us. It's about creating for our future.
Building our foundation.
You know?
Right?
So it's like he tried to take that away from us. He would have took that away from us, you know, if he got the chance to. But he didn't get the chance to because, like you said, God.
It really was. Me. Because he had his hand on the gun, but he couldn't get his hand to the trigger because his shirt stuck through his shirt.
Yeah.
And he was trying to push it, but he couldn't. And that's when I was over there and I'm just like I said, I braced myself. I thought one of us was going to get shot. It felt like it. I knew it was coming.
That was his intentions, like for sure.
It was. He was too angry and upset to say he felt threatened. For nothing was said. So what other reason did you pull that gun out? There was no reason. I could see if my husband was aggressive, like, oh, I'm going to get you. And all. There was no reason to pull that gun out unless you had intent to kill. You know?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And it was just, and not only that, it terrified us. Do you know, as us being African American, I did not want to call the police. My husband had to tell me to call the police. My first initial thought was tell the people in the kitchen to help us. No, you got to call the police. But in the time that we live in, you don't want to call the police. I don't want to be the cause of me and my husband's death or possibly my husband's death, you know? And that's why I kept stressing to them, please do not kill my husband. I beg them. Like, so this man not only just put us through torture and, you know, we were just so scared because he pulled a gun out on us. I'm scared now that the police is coming. Now we got a bigger problem. We got a bigger problem. And I said, all I kept reminding myself is if I say it loud enough, it's going to be recorded. People are going to hear. So if they do something to my husband, I made it clear, please don't, you know?
That's right. I know you were shaking from, you know, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet.
I was terrified. I threw up on the 911 call. And to later to find, you know, I was actually pregnant during this whole situation. I was pregnant. Yeah. And this man took our blessing, you know, because of all the stress and trauma. And it's just like, I don't know. It really sucks. Like we got the worst end of everything right now. We got the worst of this, I feel like.
Let me ask you all a question if you do or don't know, or you can speculate with me because I'm not the news. I already know. I know what time it is. When he spoke of and said that you are contaminating the kitchen, what does that mean?
We asked him to elaborate.
And he didn't say anything.
He couldn't think of not one thing.
He couldn't give an excuse or a reason.
Right.
As
Nothing.
to why he said that.
He couldn't. And it was just like, that's why we were like, nothing he said was adding up. That's why we feel like it was premeditated. Like you, first of all, your wife, Candace, or your life partner, is always in her kitchen. She's the owner. She's there every single day. That day she was not there. Why wasn't she there? I have no clue. But she was there right after on the scene quick. So, it's just none of this is adding up. Like, that's why this is a hate crime. We were targeted because we are African American. That's what I feel like, honest to God. From jump, they tried to make it seem like it was a problem. And what they do is every now and again, they'll allow a minority to come in there and operate their business, but then they're going to kick you right out of there just so they can show that they're not racist, like, as they say.
One day they said, we clogged their sinks, right? So, they're like, oh, you guys are clogging our sinks. Da, da, da. So we didn't clog your sinks. They're like, we run the cameras back. They run the cameras back. They send an apology.
Oh, so we just thought it was you guys because you're new. Sorry about that. And it's just like, did we get upset? Yeah, absolutely. But did I respond upsetly? No. I'm just like, this is the life we live. Like, we're going to get blamed for everything first. Thank God there's technology now that has cameras, because back then they didn't have this. So imagine how many innocent minorities went through racism and it wasn't caught on camera. It was no proof. So it's their word against ours. Really, our word don't matter, But in this situation, even when this happened, do you know that the police told us we have to investigate this before we take him to jail? I'm like, investigate? We just told you this man tried to kill us. Well, we have to do our own investigation. Then once they see the camera, then they switch it up. Oh, okay. Yeah, the story. Listen, now he's going to jail. And it's just
not only that, it's like, they was like, oh, the news might contact you guys. It's like, if they contact you guys, don't say anything to them because this can mess your case up.
This can go and it can spiral out of control. It's like, no, you just don't want this to get out there because this is happening every day and it's nonstop. This needs to stop. We are getting attacked for what? Why are they eliminating us? What are we doing so wrong?
Being the great people that you are. And it aggravates their demons. Your very essence of who you are is so great on the planet. It's like cancer. Cancer has to attack the body because it turns within itself to try to destroy it, to try to, destroy the body in itself. They're a virus on the planet. You're a cancer. Any race that destroys the entire planet, the air, the water, the ground, the soil, polluting outer space, polluting the waters, those are actions of devils. Right. You're destroying the very planet that you live on. How can you cut the very plank that you're standing on to support yourself? The very platform that you're on, you're sawing it off. Why you're standing on it? Just to get somebody else you don't like.
Yep.
Then I also want to say this and ask this question too. When I hear the word contamination, I hear you all cook with some good herbs and spices and seasoning. And maybe certain people that only use salt and pepper don't understand the difference between something that's healing.
Absolutely.
So that's the contamination that I hear, because your food is bland and you put raisins with your mac and cheese and grapes in your potato salad. We know who we're talking about, okay?
Grapes in a potato salad.
And let me tell you, there was a couple of times when the owner tried to tell me how to do my recipes. And I'm like, this is my business. We're just renting from you. We don't work for you. We're renting. We do not work for you. So let's get that clear.
Yeah, but like it's beyond that. It's like because they have so many connections in the food industry. So we get it like by the health inspectors, and it's like
they have close friends.
They really they got close friends in the health inspection department. So
they've been reaching out to us and
they're trying to get us shut down type of stuff. So
yeah, and we haven't been operating since this happened, because it was just too much trauma and we're too paranoid. So we really feel like, somebody's out to get us. That's how it makes us feel, unfortunately. And, we got to go with our instinct and do what's best for our family, because we have kids that we still have to raise, know? But it's wrong. Like, the story needs to get out. He needs to get some jail time, because they're already saying that he may possibly not face any jail time.
Yeah.
Only 1 year probation.
Yeah.
And they're trying to drop one of the aggravated assault charges down to 1 instead of 2. And it's just like, if this would have been my husband and he brought the gun, he would have either not been here or he would have been in jail still. This man was released the next morning at 4:38 a.m. and he's still out because they said he doesn't have a background history. But guess what? They're wrong, because there's multiple people who came out saying that he does. It just wasn't caught on camera.
Correct.
And that's what we've been trying to express to the prosecutor as well, you know.
I don't want to get into y'all's legal business, but I hope any lawyer may I say this for a second? Any lawyer that is watching this case that want to take it on, that want to contact them, tell these lawyers of anyone, anywhere in America, how do they reach you? How do they reach out to you to help and assist you?
So you can contact us through email at thewhatyoukookin@gmail.com. I'm sure, it's just spelled out how it is on our logo and
Gmail.
Yeah, and at the Gmail. So you could definitely send us an email that way. We also have the Instagram, hashtag Instagram, What You Cooking Food Truck. That's how you can, reach out to us. And we just want to say we do appreciate the love and support that we have been getting from people reaching out. We definitely, appreciate that. It's much needed. But we're just trying to get through this. Yeah, we took some time off because we just got to get our mind right. After experiencing something like that is actually like it's not the same.
You want to seclude yourself from the world.
It really does.
So it's like, man,
that's all we do. Like, and I honestly, we've been eating out a lot lately because I have been scared. I haven't been in the kitchen because it reminds me of we could have died because I want to cook. So I haven't been in the kitchen. Like it's just a lot, and it sucks. We have young children. Our daughter, she has nightmares about it.
Wow. Have you all started like a GoFundMe or any type of funding campaign that's out there?
Yes, we started a GoFundMe.
Okay. Tell the people how to get there, how to support.
Our link is actually in our bio, but I don't know if I can send a link to you and it can be posted in the
video.
Yeah, the video.
It can. Can you see my chat right there?
Okay.
I'll tell you how to get there. Okay. At the bottom right is the where the dots are at.
Okay.
Tap on that. And you should see security. Probably not gonna see recording, but you should see chat. Do you see this?
Oh. 1 second.
Okay, take time. I'm gonna edit all this together, so don't worry. We just live right now, so we're gonna have errors and mistakes.
Okay, no.
That's okay. I got you. Take your time while you're doing that. Wow, y'all, man, this is insane, man. I'm just gonna talk to the people for a moment. This guy didn't hardly serve no jail time, and we got and we have people that are of different cultures. This is just insane. Your very first time, they put this one guy in Rikers Island. They say he didn't have a criminal history too. He got accused of stealing a book bag, which later found out wasn't to be true. He was sent to Rikers Island in New York, one of the worst prisons, city prisons ever. And they said the guy went there, he got raped, they put him in solitary confinement. He later got out, he wanted some money, and then he committed suicide. And you're trying to tell me this man pulled out a whole weapon to do damage, because you don't pull out no gun for fun. It could have went off any kind of way. Like you said, he got stuck. He could have shot himself.
Right.
No, he could have shot himself. When it.
So show me on camera if you don't mind. Okay, I'm looking at your waist area. How was the gun? Was it like?
So he had it in his back shirt. So when he pulled it around, tried to get it out, it got caught in his shirt, but it was upwards. Still facing
upwards. So anybody standing got shot. He wouldn't have got shot at all.
Okay.
And still trying to get his finger on the trigger, but he couldn't. And then, like, soon as I got him, I don't know if I can curse, but soon as I my hands on the gun, he was like, "Fuck!" I'm like, oh man, I just got to thinking like, what's going on? And then I snapped it to her, I'm like, oh, babe, call police. So call 12.
Mm.
Yeah.
Man, you're a good man. Because I know some brothers, they would have went, like you said, you didn't come for aggression when you was dressed. Because some brothers I know, they would have went
you don't know about Phoenix. Like, listen to me, man. Yeah, I mean, you don't know about Mesa. Mesa is known for shooting people. You feel me? Okay. So it's like, I didn't want to take my chances. You know what I'm saying? So being black, I got my hand on it. It's a gun involved. I got my hand on the gun. He got his hand on the gun. I'm in a lose-lose situation. So if I do something to him, if I kill him, guess what? They're going to kill me. It looked wrong. They would have killed me, recorded the cameras back, and then felt, oh. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying, my point is you're a good brother. You're a good man, because
thank you.
For real, you didn't resist the temptation of harming him back. And you could have got some licks in while he was on the ground. You could have. You just didn't. So that should show people and the jury right then and there what type of caliber of person that was there. This man Solomon came for business and business only. His only thought was to survive, not to rise. You could have rose up on him if you wanted to, but you choose not to. Man, I tell you, brother. Man. So since you all are not, would you all plan on doing some mobile dinners anytime soon? Even if, I don't know if you can send that type of stuff through the mail, what type of system they have. Have you all thought about that, like remote?
Our food is really, really good. And I'm not just saying it because we cook it. I'm saying that from what we hear from everybody. You know, it's not just like, we not bringing just no average chicken or average catfish. We bringing flavor to the board.
And love. Love in that seasoning.
Okay. You singing some Mary J. Blige over there, some Keisha Cole, I understand.
You ain't gotta go with what they say. You ain't gotta go to school to be no cook, though. Feel me?
Right.
We was born into this.
So when you all were younger, what's some stuff that you loved to cook? Like, what's some things that you really made?
My grandma, she used to have me in the kitchen, helping her, like chocolate pies and lemon meringue pies, and she had me adding stuff to her stuffing. Her dressing, and they cooking greens. They barbecue a lot, so they barbecue chicken, ribs, anything, deer meat, deer sausage.
Okay. What about you, Tiffany? What you were good at cooking when you were younger, when you first started?
You see, my family background, they love Southern. They down south. They like collard greens, catfish, grits, good old mac and cheese, yam, oxtails. So yeah, things like that. But I learned from watching my mother, my grandmother, and I just picked it up. And I was always that one in school. Everybody wanted to come to my house and beg me to cook. Let's go how she's cooking. So yeah. So this was always my passion. I always had a passion for this. And I've always told myself when I was younger, I'm like, one day I'm gonna have a food truck. I'm gonna have and then I meet my husband, and one day he asked me, what do you really want to do in life? I tell him, without even telling me or anything, the next morning I wake up, he's like, I LLC'd your business. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're a business owner. Let's get started. And so then, at the time when we first started cooking, I was a paralegal at a law firm. And, I was making cool, decent money. But then he was like, because my husband used to be a barber. So he know everybody. He's like, get in that kitchen, make some plates. We're going to take it to the barbershop salons, and we're going to take it from there. When I tell you, I made basically more than half of my paycheck in a couple of hours. I was like, I can never go back. I could never look back. I got to keep going from here. And so This man right here is my little backbone. You feel me? Like, he's the one who got us started, and he just gave us that push that I needed, you know, for a long time. And so we can't just stop now. You know, we have dreams of, you know, one day having a restaurant. It's bigger, you know, and it's deep. So we got to continue. But at the same time, we're still fighting with everything that's going on. And we're just trying to build that back up, you know, so.
Understand. Let's lighten up the mood briefly for a moment. So Solomon, have you ever cooked for your lady or prepared some chicken wing buffet? You ever got with the bouquet with the flowers?
I never cooked for her. She ain't never cooked. I'm just playing. No. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna say, look, the first thing I made for her. Never mind.
It's so funny. Oh my goodness.
I was YouTubing something,
Okay.
and I was like, let me make a break. I tried to make her a break.
Oh, that was so funny. He's I could.
You know what a break is,
Break
right?
it down. What's the break? Break it to me.
Never mind. I ain't gonna get into that.
Keep it up.
Come on.
You throw whatever you got in the cabinet, you throw it all in the bag. That's what I felt like he made. And then he crunched it up, and he was rolling it up like it was some dough. I'm like, oh my God, we is not about to eat this. But I swear it was so good. I was embarrassed to say it was good. I'm like, no, he didn't make this.
No, but yeah. Besides that, that was the first thing I made.
But besides that, he can really cook. He can really cook. Like, he can really cook. I do majority of the cooking.
Barbecue sauce.
But my husband,
that's fine.
He can secretly cook.
Listen to me. We got this barbecue sauce that's cold.
Yeah.
You
gotta try the Cleveland po' boy.
Oh yeah, for sure. You gotta try the Cleveland po'. Y'all ready to come up? Where you located?
I'm in Augusta, Georgia right now.
Oh yeah, we coming to Atlanta anyway.
Oh, but there we go. Show up then. I'm definitely gonna order some stuff from you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Okay, who is good at the red velvet, the key lime cake? I mean, the sweet potato pie. Who got that?
Nicole, I'm telling you, listen to me. She can do. That's why I married her.
Okay.
That's it.
Because no, she can.
Get in that kitchen, girl.
But my homegirl. So my homegirl's, she's my hairstylist, and her hairstylist. So she was like, "Hey,
both of our hairstylists."
She both our hairstylists. So anyway, she like, I got somebody I think you'll like. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, long story short, we end up going to her crib, meeting up, connecting that way, right? So we end up hanging out from day one. We ain't never
parted, literally.
And it's been nothing but good vibes and roller coasters.
Death traps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Lord, I've just been through everything.
That's how you gotta do it.
Okay. How many kids do you all have so far?
32.
Wow. I'm just like the Octomom.
We got 6 total.
We're a blended family.
Yeah, we got one, me and her.
Together.
We working on our 8th.
He swears.
No, I'm just playing. We got one, but I got 4 outside of her.
And I have 2. Well, so we have 6 though.
Okay. Hey, that's what's up. That's good, man. I'm glad that are you all teaching your children to be cook? First of all, are they interested in being cooks and chefs and preparers?
Speaking on that, we get our kids involved in the family business. This is a family business. So we like to get kids involved because at the end of the day, this is who's going to take over. And, we had all of our girls at the commissary kitchen, except for the smallest one.
Yeah, except for the baby.
And, that was a problem. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah, that was a problem.
He said that we brought newborn babies to the kitchen.
And they 17, 15.
And about to be 8 tomorrow.
Yeah, about to be 8 tomorrow. Like, come on, are you serious?
And it wasn't like we were cooking. I'm prepping food. I'm not on the side where the stoves are or anything's heated. I'm prepping food, So it was just, again, very negative situation
from day one.
From day one, everything was a problem. But we are, you know, our kids are involved with our business as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, cool. I just want to say this because y'all cook with y'all cats and y'all dogs and y'all be kissing Fufu and Fifi.
No, we don't.
No, not you. Them.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't. No, listen, no. That's one. She is. Look, she hates the dog.
If only you knew what I was saying behind this camera when he picked up the dog. He don't never do that. He never does that.
He hates the dog.
It's not that I hate the dog. I grew up and I'm girly. I don't do animals. I don't do dog hair, nothing. We're very clean, you know. So that's one thing I don't play. The dog by the kid in the kitchen, we're not having it.
Well, I know. Let me clarify that statement. I was saying, I know you're right. The Caucasian, some of you Caucasian people, y'all walking around with your dog. And I brought these cookies to work. Nobody about to eat that. No. Oh, yeah. How many cats you got? 12? No.
Yeah.
No, we definitely don't play that at all.
I know. Hey, I know black cooks and chefs when I see them. Okay. Y'all are very, very, very clean people. You're very conscious of something. I believe if something don't taste right, you throw the whole thing away because you just believe that much into your craft.
Yes. We don't try to save it. If it don't work, guess what? Try a new batch. You know, quality is everything. We take our time. You're going to get quality, well-seasoned food. And this is going to be very good. Clean.
How many cheeses you use in your mac and cheese? 2 or 3? You know,
Five.
So it's cheesy when you hit it. It's like
it's cheesy.
She cold though.
Yeah.
But see, her loves it. Listen, that lasagna. She makes this lasagna.
See, our food truck limits us.
I can't even explain to you.
He took a pause.
I thought he froze. I was like, he froze.
Right now, because she really haven't cooked in a minute though. And it's like, what? That's throwing me off. But bro, this food is really amazing.
I believe you.
And see, I was gonna say we have our food truck limits us from all the things that we really can cook, you know, because it's small. So that's why we're going to expand eventually. And we want to do a restaurant so we can have all types, you know, everything that we are good at, you know.
That's right. Y'all need to come to Atlanta. Yeah, yes, y'all do. And link up with people like Slutty Vegan and I think it's Green Foods. They Black-owned companies. They like vegan. And that'd be such a beautiful thing right there. You know, I wish I had a contact. I would reach out to her. Matter of fact, I may reach out to her. May send her this video.
Okay.
See what happened. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I appreciate you all. I don't want to hold you up because, you know, you all have spent a lot of time, you know, talking and building with me. And I really appreciate that. I thank you for coming onto the platform. And you're always welcome here. No, you're welcome too. But before I let you go, just a couple more things. We got to play a game with you, man. You know, we got to get our versus battle on. Everybody always talk about the music. What about the food, though? What about that? Okay. Solomon and Tiffany. Y'all still on the same team. I'm just putting one on this side, one on that side.
Brittany.
You feel me? This is about a buffet right now.
This way now, don't get me hurt now. She got this pistol to my side in this interview. Stop now. Wrong thing.
I kill him dead. I kill him.
You're good.
Okay, we're the same team still. We're the same team. Check this out. Let's use the number 7. The number 7 is a divine and holy spiritual number throughout all of reality and time. How we know this? Hey, you read in the Bible, you said, y'all knew about the Bible. In the Bible, it says God rested on the 7th day. Some people say the 7th is Saturday, and some people say it's Sunday. Doesn't really matter. Whatever you feel it is, that's what it is. That's your religion. Also, we know, because we all come from low-income areas that people may call the hood or ghetto, whatever you want to title it. We know this because our grandmothers and our grandfathers and whomever, our great aunts, they always played lottery. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get the 777s, the quad 7s. You always hear about this number 7. It's just a lucky number. Every time you see a scratch off, lucky number 7. And we also know when we study deeply The alphabet says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And ain't this amazing? Right now, we could say G could be for the God to my left or the goddess to my right. And you might say, well, hold up. That's almost blasphemy. But hold up, I got to back up into the Bible when it says by Jesus, is it not written in ye law, for ye are gods, all the children of the Most High. So it can't be blasphemy. You are the child of God. That makes you God and goddess, creator and creatress. All right, check this out. We got two teams that's still playing on the same team. And that sounds contradictory. People are like, oh, that's a double conundrum. What are you talking about? Okay, let's break it down. This is a buffet. We got Team Tiff cooking on this side. We got Team Solomon cooking on that side. I want to know, what is the seven... Brittany, I'm sorry. Brittany, my bad. I'm calling you
Tiffany the whole time. We looking like, who is Tiffany? She like, nigga, who is that? My bad.
You know what? Oh, I'm messing up. I got Tiffany next. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. I apologize. Team Brittany. Team Solomon. I'm going to edit it out. Don't worry. You know, that's when you got too much on your plate. Okay. I'm eating too much. That's okay.
I told you on my side.
No, say it again.
Nothing.
Oh. Brittany, y'all. Don't mess up like I did. Brittany. All right. Yeah. What 7 dishes are you going to make and prepare for this buffet, Solomon and Brittany? What 7 dishes are you going to make as you put on the buffet line? You on this side, Solomon on that side. What we making?
Cornish hens.
Smothered pork chops.
Salmon. Baked salmon.
Mac and cheese. Yams. Greens.
Rice.
Cabbage. Stuffing.
Catfish. Chicken.
Rice. Gravy.
I already said rice gravy.
Smothered chicken.
How many we at right now?
Okay, let's go back. Okay, the first one was
smothered. She said smothered chicken. Cornish hens. Salmon. Fried chicken.
My famous
catfish.
Yellow rice.
And this yellow rice.
Unless I missed one.
We can make barbecue ribs.
Mashed potatoes.
That's it.
There you go. That's a beautiful lot, a beautiful spread right there. So yeah.
Yeah, huh? You got all.
Oh.
You didn't do no starches, huh?
No.
It's all right. On my side, I got all the starches, and we're gonna bring it together.
7. I don't know what people, you know. We won.
Okay. Hey, y'all gonna leave that nice and full, nice and heavy, like they say in the South. But they be like, you're not fat, you're just healthy. You're just healthy. You ain't fat, you're healthy.
Right.
You know what? I like my cooks to be fat too. Y'all need to start cooking some more because I'm tired of looking at all these skinny people on this tube right now. You know what I'm saying?
But don't do that now. Skinny people can't cook now. All of them.
Take it from Chef Solomon.
My bad, Chef. My bad. Don't beat me up. Don't come to the camera. I'm just playing. But no, seriously though, both of you all are some dope people, man. I appreciate you being on this interview with me today. And is there anything you want to tell the people? So I'll sit back and let you all do your thing. Anything you want to let them know?
Again, we just appreciate all the love and support, and if anybody wants to reach out to us, and just help us, that's our main goal, is to try to transition to a restaurant and, or a commissary kitchen. That way we can make everyone feel welcome. Right. You can follow us on Instagram to keep up with us. In the upcoming weeks, we do plan on trying to get out. We may be, trying to do a couple events, that way people can come out, talk to us, get to know us. But again, we just appreciate the love and support. And if you guys can please share our story, because we want this to be heard. We want this to get out because, the next couple might not be so lucky.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people really don't survive attacks like that, so it's just like, we thank God that we here.
Absolutely.
And can speak about it.
Right.
Because, I mean, it was traumatizing.
Very.
It's not like something you could just blow off. Mm-hmm. No, I thought at first, I'm like, oh, man, this ain't going to affect me.
Right.
But really,
It does.
did. So it's like,
it's scary. And our thing is the what ifs. That's what we live every day. What if, you know, and it sucks for us. But again, we just want justice. He needs to go to jail. They need to make an example out of him so people can stop doing this to others. They can't just give him a slap on the wrist and, you know, because guess what? He gonna do it again because he knows he got away with it. You know, so make an example and we're gonna start from there. And hopefully we can just make change.
That's right. You're right. And I hope they're keeping some type of monitoring on this dude, because if he's crazy enough to do something like that, you know, I hope he don't have you all's address and nothing like that.
He got it. This is so, man, this is so white privilege, right? To the fact that he got it so good to where they let him take his ankle monitor off to go see his doctor.
To have surgery.
Or to go see his doctor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like they just hit us in an email 2 days ago. He put in a request to take the ankle monitor off to go see his doctor. What?
Now, you know, there's not.
If that was us, come on, man.
An African-American person.
I say no. I hit her back in the email, say no, we would not like that. Okay, I'll put in a request to the judge.
But chances are it's going to happen. And guess what? It did happen. So this man is out. He's enjoying
they just sent another one yesterday. Yesterday they just sent another email saying that he got to go to
another one.
Correct.
So now they're gonna do it again.
Yeah. So I
he's really not getting no discipline.
I responded back to the email so quick. I say, you know what?
Absolutely.
That's not fair. How is this possible that he committed a crime and he basically got
not facing the consequences?
Man, he just like, okay, we'll do what you want us to do.
Oh my God!
I was that would have never.
Can you
off though?
Let me say this. I mean, you can respond, but you don't have to. I suggest all Black people get their carry and conceal license. I'm just saying. I'm not saying to do harm to somebody, but you got to protect your family.
It's open carry here, but you know what?
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like if I would have brought a gun in that situation,
it could have turned ugly off the back.
You know, and it's like you bring your gun to certain situations in certain places, and that was a whole business environment. So that's not what I was thinking. That I'm gonna have to pull out my gun and protect ourselves. You know, that wasn't my first thought. So it's like, why even bring that there?
Oh, no, I agree. I'm just saying for like your home and your vehicle.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, I get what you're saying. But it's open carry out.
Hold on, I'm sure you said. I'm just playing.
We're trying to make your case worse.
We're well protected. You know, we're well protected.
Oh, man,
that's good. Good. That's all. We cut it right there. We ain't gonna do no flat TV style.
Right.
You need to cut it.
Man, it was a joke.
All right, y'all. It was a pleasure having both of y'all. I may pour into you briefly, if I may. Please continue to share and shine your light. Stay firm upon your foundation. Both of you all are two remarkable, amazing, immaculate young people that have so much more living to do and so much more business growth to do. I know that in all that you do, your ancestors, your gods, whoever you circumscribe to is with you, has your back. And I know you're just going to get better and better as time go on. And I hope that you all can find some healing too. By the way, if there's any therapists or any psychologists that are out there that's willing to jump in pro bono for free and help these two out, you know, there'll be something good on your resume. So definitely reach out to them and see how you can help them get over things and move on in their life and keep going and keep growing. And they have a lot of beautiful babies to take care of. So I encourage not only any attorneys or lawyers, also any persons that's, you know, deeply into law, please make sure you reach out to them, as well as any physical therapists. You just never know what kind of damages you have to your body. Your back might get old, your back start hurting or something. You want to pull it, you realize
don't start it now.
You feel me? But you all definitely thank you for being on the show and keep shining. And give me your cash app because I'm gonna send you all something too. So I appreciate you.
Thank you. It's the money sign, and then it's gonna be the what you cooking. And if you need me to spell it out, I can. Or
do you already? Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spell it wrong right here because I just want to make sure I remember it when I get offline. What you cooking?
Thank you so much.
Oh, I appreciate you all.
Oh, you want me to spell it for you? Okay.
If you want to, that's fine. That's fine.
Oops.
Okay. All right, y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all support them, man. You know, they're not doing too much right now, but show some love. Hit that Cash App too. I'm gonna put that in the video too as well. So let's support each other. We support everything else, every other business. And like that post I read on Facebook said, which was true, we will support these big corporations. They'll make 1,000,001 mistakes. But when an up-and-coming organization or business, I don't want to call it a black business because it's food for everybody. When the up-and-coming business, independent business, makes one mistake, one error, y'all want to throw them away. Let's stop doing that. You know, let's make sure we support people. And all that we do. You know, no one is perfect down here. And as you see, I made plenty of mistakes. I'm calling Brittany Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling her a whole other person.
That's the first mistake of the interview.
Look at now.
It happens.
It does. I do apologize, but I'm glad that you all on. And I salute to you, both of you all, double tap, you know, to the heart. And please keep doing your thing. And definitely reach out to me when you get here. I would love to meet both of you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, for
nice
sure.
speaking with you.
Nice too. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you. Have a great evening or day.
You too. Bless you all too.